Hi, I'm Evan, 29, and my ex tried to ruin my life because I wouldn't be her. Plan B. Spoiler, she ended up losing everything, including the man she left me for. Here's how it started. 3 years ago, I met Lena at a mutual friend's engagement party. She was that girl who lights up the room, bold, funny, social, loud in a way that somehow works. I was the quiet one, the reliable guy. She called me steady, like it was both a compliment and an insult. We clicked anyway. For 3 years we built a life that looked great from the outside: vacations, matching gym memberships, brunches with friends, those cliché couple photos everyone posts when they think they're in love. I genuinely thought she was it. Then came the speech. The one no one ever sees coming but every guy remembers forever. It was a random Tuesday night in March. We were eating takeout sushi on the couch, watching Netflix, arguing over which dog breed we'd adopt once we moved into the house we'd been touring. She paused mid-bite, set down her chopsticks, and said, "Evan, I've been thinking. I feel like I haven't lived enough yet." I laughed, because that sounded like something you say before buying a motorcycle, not detonating a relationship. She didn't laugh back. "I mean, you're amazing, but I'm 27. I've only ever dated 2 guys seriously. I need to explore. See what's out there. I don't want to wake up at 35 wondering what I missed." I said, "So you want to break up?" She said, "Not break up, just pause. Experience life separately. Maybe circle back later." Circle back later. Like I was a Netflix show she could resume watching when she got bored. "Lena," I said, calm but shaking inside, "if you leave, that's it. No circling back." She rolled her eyes. "God, you're so rigid. People take breaks all the time." "Yeah," I said. "They just don't usually call them auditions." I stood, grabbed my keys, and walked out before I said something cruel. By midnight I'd cancelled our lease, forwarded her mail to her parents' house, and sent one text. "Go explore. Hope you find what you're missing." Then I blocked her. Everywhere. And I meant it. But apparently she didn't. 6 months of silence. No texts. No calls. No "I miss you." Just digital ghosts. And honestly, it was glorious. I picked up new hobbies. Hit the gym. Learned to cook meals that didn't involve takeout boxes. Got promoted to project manager at work. Started actually enjoying weekends that didn't revolve around someone else's brunch plans. Lena? From what mutual friends accidentally told me, she was thriving. Translation: new guy every other week, endless club photos, hashtags about living free. She'd gone from posting book quotes about soulmates to posting champagne selfies with captions like, "Never settling again, kiss mark." Cool. She'd found herself. Good for her. Then, one Friday night, she found me. I got home from work, balancing a grocery bag and my gym duffel, and there she was, sitting cross-legged by my apartment door like a lost cat. Same leather jacket. Same perfume. Same fake confidence. "Hey, stranger," she said, smiling like nothing happened. "Lena," I said flatly. "What are you doing here?" "I was in the neighborhood." "Sure. And the 3 missed calls from an unknown number?" "Okay, fine," she said, laughing nervously. "I missed you. Can we talk?" "No." But I didn't say it. Yet. She followed me inside like she still lived there. I didn't stop her, part curiosity, part stupidity. She sat on the couch she used to call ours, looked around like she was inspecting an old home. "It looks the same," she said softly. "Because I didn't blow it up for fun," I said. She smiled faintly. "I needed to figure out who I was. I know it hurt you, but I've done that now. I've grown. And I realized I already had everything I wanted, with you." I stared at her. "So you're done exploring?" She nodded. "I'm ready to commit." I actually laughed. "Commit? You dumped me like a rental car, Lena. You said you needed variety?" How's that going? Her face hardened. Don't be cruel. I made a mistake. I thought I needed freedom, but I needed you. And I needed peace, I said. And I found it without you. The silence stretched. Then she whispered, Are you seeing someone? I wasn't. But instinct kicked in. Yes. She froze. Who? Does it matter? Her voice cracked. You moved on? I shrugged. You told me to. She started crying, real tears, mascara and all. You can't just replace me. Lena, I said quietly. You replaced yourself? I opened the door. Goodbye. She stood there, trembling. I'll wait. You'll realize we belong together. Then you'll be waiting a long time. The door closed between us. And I thought that was the end. It wasn't. Because 2 weeks later, she proved that hell truly hath no fury like a woman who expected her backup plan to stay on standby. It started small, like all disasters do. 2 weeks after that grocery store run-in, I started noticing her name again. First, mutual friends mentioning she'd been asking about me. Then a like from her on an old photo I'd posted years ago, a hiking trip where she'd taken the picture. She must have dug through hundreds to find it. I ignored it. Next came the coincidences. She'd suddenly start appearing at all my usual places. Same gym class. Same coffee shop. Same Saturday farmer's market. Each time she'd act surprised, like she'd been caught in a lie she hadn't finished rehearsing. Oh my God, Evan! No way! Yeah, I'd say flat. Wild coincidence. By the fourth coincidence, I changed gyms. Then the campaign began. Mutual friends started sending me screenshots. Posts like, Some people don't realize what they've lost until it's too late. Red heart #forgiveness #growth. Then one day she tagged me in a 3-year-old anniversary post she'd re-uploaded with the caption, Always thought he was the one. I reported it. Instagram took it down. She made a new account the next day. That's when I realized this wasn't nostalgia. It was obsession. A week later I came home from work and found a package at my door. No sender listed, just my name in her handwriting. Inside, my old sweatshirt and a Polaroid of us from the night we moved into our first apartment. On the back, she'd written, Still fits me. Do I still fit you? That was the first night I locked every window. Friends said to ignore her. My coworker Jenna said, She'll burn herself out eventually. But Lena wasn't burning out. She was escalating. She started emailing my company address, fake names, fake inquiries, but always her. She'd slip references into the body like, Tell Evan to call me back about the project. He knows which one, winking face. HR called me in. Is there something we should know about this client? I had to explain the whole thing. They were sympathetic, but you could see the discomfort. No company likes drama that smells like a restraining order. So I started documenting. Every message, every accidental encounter, every anonymous email. I even installed cameras at my apartment door. Then, one Friday night, the cameras paid off. At 2:13 a.m., my phone buzzed, motion alert. I opened the feed. Lena, standing outside my door, hoodie up, holding something. A keychain. Our old apartment keychain. She pressed it to the door, whispering something I couldn't hear, then slid an envelope under the frame. Inside, when I opened it later, a note written in red marker. You'll understand soon. That's when I called my friend Marcus, a cop. He came over, looked at the footage, and said quietly, Evan, this isn't romantic. It's criminal. File a report. So I did. Harassment, trespassing, and cyberstalking. They told me it'd take time, but it created a record. And that record would become very useful later, when Lena's "You'll understand soon" turned into something a lot darker. The night it finally broke was a Thursday. I'd stayed late at work, came home dead tired, dropped my keys on the counter, and went to take out the trash. The hallway lights were dim, quiet except for the hum of the elevator. When the doors opened, Lena stepped out. She was holding 2 paper bags. My old favorite takeout place. "You didn't answer your phone," she said softly. "Because I blocked you." She smiled like it was a joke. "I brought dinner. Thought we could talk." I froze. "How did you get into the building?" Her eyes flickered. "Someone was leaving, so I slipped in. Don't make this a big deal." My heart was pounding. I wasn't afraid exactly, more furious. "Leave, Lena. Right now." She tilted her head. "We can fix this. I know you still love me." I stepped back toward my door slowly. "This is harassment." Her expression changed. Her face twisted into something that didn't belong to the person I'd once loved. "You think you can replace me with that coding girl? Harper, right? You think I don't see the pictures?" That's when I noticed her hand. She was holding a photo, printed creased. Me and Harper at a team dinner. She'd been watching us. "You've been following me?" "I've been protecting us," she said, her voice breaking. "You don't understand, she's using you." Then she shoved the takeout bags into my chest. "Eat and we'll talk." I let the bags fall to the floor. "Lena, if you don't leave right now, I'm calling the police." Her lip trembled. For a moment, she looked like she might cry. Then she whispered, "You'll regret this," and walked away. The next morning, I woke to 27 missed calls from unknown numbers. Then a voicemail, from Harper. Her voice was shaky. "Evan, I just got an email from someone claiming to be your ex. She sent me screenshots, private stuff from your Instagram, messages, photos. You need to handle this." Lena had gone nuclear. I called Marcus, sent him the footage of her in the building. He didn't even hesitate. "We've got enough for a restraining order. File it today." So I did. Emergency protective order. Temporary at first, but it was something. That night, Harper texted again. "She just DM'd me, said you'll come back when you realize I'm fake." I typed back, "Ignore her. I'm ending this." 2 days later, the police served Lena the papers. She responded by posting a long, tearful video online, talking about toxic men who punish women for wanting independence. Within hours, it was everywhere. Her followers called me abusive. My DMs flooded with strangers calling me a manipulator. But then someone commented, "Didn't this same girl stalk her ex last year?" And the tide turned. Fast. When Harper came over that weekend, she looked nervous. "She's still out there, Evan. What if she doesn't stop?" I looked at the stack of evidence on my desk, emails, screenshots, camera footage, printed texts. "She will," I said. "Because next time she shows up, she won't be walking away." I didn't realize how soon next time would be. Because Lena wasn't done. She was about to make one last, desperate move, and it would blow everything open. It happened on a Saturday night that felt too quiet to be normal. Harper was over, we'd ordered pizza, half watching some terrible Netflix true crime doc about obsession, irony fully noted, when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Then again. Then again. Harper frowned. "Block it." Before I could, the next message appeared. "Look outside." Every hair on my neck stood up. I got up, walked to the window, and there she was. Lena. Standing in the parking lot, right under the light post. Wearing my old hoodie. She was just staring. Harper whispered, "Evan." I grabbed my phone, hit record, and opened the window just enough to shout, "Leave now, Lena! You're violating a court order." She didn't move. Instead, she yelled back, voice breaking in the cold air, "You're supposed to be mine." Then she took something from her pocket and threw it at the building. It clattered off the siding and hit the ground, metal. Keys. Our old apartment keys. I called 911. Harper stayed on the couch, trembling, while I described her, the restraining order, everything. Police arrived within minutes, blue lights cutting across the parking lot. Lena didn't run. She just stood there, arms crossed, crying silently as the officers approached. When they cuffed her, she screamed, "He lied to you all! He made me like this!" One officer looked at me, then at Harper, then back at Lena. "Sir, she'll be charged with harassment and violation of a protection order. You'll get updates Monday." They took her away. You'd think that'd be the end, right? Nope. The next morning, my inbox exploded. Screenshots, emails, posts, she'd scheduled them. A full-on smear campaign. Evan manipulated me. He cheated. He made me crazy. For 48 hours, my phone didn't stop buzzing. Harper told me to delete social media for a bit. I did. But then, something strange happened. People started commenting with receipts. Screenshots of her messages to them, bragging about winning him back, about making him pay. Someone posted a clip from her crying live stream, the part where she said, "He'll regret this when I show up and he sees how sorry I am." Public sympathy evaporated overnight. By Monday, the detective called. "We're upgrading her charges." She admitted to making burner accounts, and the trespassing footage clinched it. "She's looking at real time, Evan." Harper came over that night with wine. "Congratulations," she said. "You officially survived the world's longest breakup." I laughed, half relief, half exhaustion. "Feels like I fought a war." "You did," she said, clinking glasses. "And you won." For the first time in a year, I actually believed it. But Lena's story wasn't done echoing. Because when people like her fall, they don't just crash, they drag down everyone who helped them climb. And soon the truth about her new life, her lies, and her broken circle would surface, taking her entire facade with it. The fallout was biblical. By midweek, Lena's defense had crumbled in real time. Her followers, mostly lifestyle and self-help types, started asking questions she couldn't deflect anymore. "Wait, didn't you say you moved on months ago? Why are there police lights in your video? Why are you wearing his hoodie?" Then someone leaked the police report. Not the full thing, but enough: the harassment complaint, the restraining order, the late-night footage. The internet turned on her instantly. By Thursday, she posted an apology video, makeup smeared, voice trembling, claiming she was just overwhelmed and misunderstood. But halfway through, she said, "I still love him. And I think deep down he loves me too." That clip went viral for all the wrong reasons. The comments were brutal. "Girl, this isn't The Notebook. Therapy. Not live streams. Imagine scaring someone and thinking it's romantic." Her brand deals started dropping within hours. One company publicly stated they had zero tolerance for harassment. Another scrubbed her face from their campaign page. I didn't celebrate. I just sat there scrolling, feeling tired. It wasn't vindication. It was decay. Watching her unravel online felt like seeing the ghost of a relationship rot in daylight. 2 days later, I got a call from her sister, Amy, the first time she'd ever reached out. "Evan," she said quietly, "thank you for filing that report. She's getting help now. Real help. Inpatient therapy. They said she's been off her meds for months." That part one hadn't known. For the first time in a long time, I didn't feel anger. Just sadness. Because the woman destroying my peace wasn't the one I fell for. It was the broken version she became when her world stopped revolving around validation. I told Amy, "I hope she gets better. But I can't be part of it." "I know," she said. "She's not allowed to contact you anyway. Just thank you for not pressing further." After that call, Harper found me on the balcony, staring at the skyline. "She's in treatment?" Harper asked. "Yeah." "Good," she said. "Now maybe you can finally breathe." I nodded, watching the lights flicker in the distance. "It's weird. I thought I'd feel free. Instead, it's just quiet." "Quiet's good," she said, resting her head on my shoulder. "Quiet means peace." And for the first time in almost a year, I believed it. 3 months later, The restraining order was extended to 2 years. Lena completed her first round of therapy and, according to Amy, moved in with her aunt in another state. She deleted her accounts, changed her number, disappeared completely. No grand finale. No confrontation. Just silence. It was over. Or at least, that's what I thought. Because just when I'd begun to believe my life was finally stable again, something arrived in the mail that made my stomach drop. A small, square envelope with no return address. Inside, a Polaroid of me and Harper at the farmer's market last weekend. On the back, a single line. "You always liked to pretend you could forget me." The Polaroid sat on my kitchen counter all night, face down, like something radioactive. Harper noticed it first thing in the morning. "What's that?" "Nothing you need to worry about," I said, sliding it into a drawer. But my hands were trembling. Because this wasn't old. The photo had been taken last weekend. She was out there again. I called Detective Morales, the same officer who'd handled my original case. He didn't sound surprised. "We've seen this before. People relapse after therapy, especially when they feel forgotten. Bring it in. We'll dust it, trace the film, and check nearby cameras." "Will this violate her order?" "Oh, it already did," he said. "She's in trouble." I hung up and looked at Harper, who was standing by the window. "She's back, isn't she?" Harper asked quietly. "Maybe just one slip," I said, though I didn't believe it. Harper turned to me, eyes sharp. "Evan, one slip is how this starts again. Promise me you won't let it." I promised. That week felt like living inside a thunderstorm waiting to hit. Every knock on the door made me flinch. Every car outside sounded like her. But then, Friday night, Morales called again. We found her. Apparently, Lena had been spotted at a convenience store 20 minutes from my place, buying disposable cameras. She was alone. Calm. But in her car, police found a small notebook. Inside, lists of places she'd followed me, dates, sketches of me and Harper, even notes like, "Don't let him see you yet." It wasn't violent, but it was haunting. They took her in for a psychiatric evaluation. Morales told me quietly. "She needs treatment more than punishment. But you did the right thing." A week later, I got a letter, not from Lena, but from her sister Amy again. "Evan. She's being moved to a long-term care facility. They think she finally understands what she did. She asked me to tell you she's sorry, not to contact you, just that she's sorry. I think she really means it this time." I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Months passed. Harper and I grew closer. Life started feeling normal again. Movies, late dinners, inside jokes that didn't have ghosts attached to them. Some nights, though, I'd catch myself checking the streetlights outside, half expecting that silhouette to appear again. But it never did. One evening, as we were unpacking boxes in the new house, because yes, I moved again, Harper found the old Polaroid in a file folder. She held it up, studying it under the light. "You kept it?" I shrugged. "Evidence, I guess." She smiled faintly. "Closure, maybe." She was right. I looked at that frozen image of us, the one she took without my consent, and realized something I hadn't before. Lena's mistake wasn't just thinking love was ownership. It was thinking control could ever replace connection. And in some twisted way, she taught me the most important lesson of my life. That peace isn't found in getting the last word or watching karma play out. It's in finally walking away, and never looking back. Now, when people ask me why I seem calm, why I don't get rattled by drama anymore, I just tell them. I've already seen what obsession looks like when it puts on the mask of love. Harper laughs when I say that. She says I sound like a movie trailer. Maybe I do. But at least this time, it's a movie I get to write the ending for myself. Epilogue. 6 months later, Morales texted me one final update. Lena's been stable for 180 days. No incidents. Treatment's working. I read it, smiled faintly, and deleted the thread. Because the story was over. Completely. Finally. And for the first time in years, I didn't need to check who might be watching. I was free.